Google be acting a fool, and they might very well be. But let's talk about that. Let's actually get into that as our first story. So if you guys didn't know, if you didn't see the thumbnail, this article from Android Authority is saying now the Pixel 4a. Oh shit, I want to put my face in here. Here we go. It's much better with me in here. um, this article from Android Authority is titled "Now the Pixel 4a is rumored to be released in the fall." But does it make sense? That's a really good question. Does it make sense? I think for the longest time now, I've been saying this makes zero sense whatsoever. The fact that they have a Pixel 4a and that they have supply and that they are not releasing it or selling it to the public, to me, I think is a bad marketing move. Now, I am not a marketer for Google. I mean, I work in marketing. I have worked in marketing, but I just think if I was Google or if I worked in the marketing department at Google or Android or whatever, I'd be like, why are we not releasing the Pixel 4a? What are we waiting for? The iPhone SE is out and we can, you know, compete with them. What are we waiting for? Coronavirus? Um, Everything that's going on right now. I mean, I guess those are fair, valid points, but at the same time, I feel like people would still. I think there are people who don't want an iPhone SE, so and they have maybe $400 to spend as their phone, and now instead of getting an iPhone SE because they don't want an Apple phone, they're buying what? A very expensive Galaxy A51, which I don't think is worth the price. What is the A51 at? 300? I don't know. What else is around that you can get right now for under $400 that's decent? Other than the A71 I bought, but not many people know about that deal. You know, they don't want to buy the international version. Did you guys see that too? So I have my A71, right? That I bought for $365. I just heard that they are releasing the Galaxy A71 5G for $600. Same exact phone, except it has 5G and it costs $200 more, which is very expensive. But let's go into this article. I want to talk about the Pixel 4a. I want to give you my thoughts. I want to, engage chat, see what you guys think, how you feel about it. So, a popular tipster suggests that Google Pixel 4a could launch in July, but release in October. First of all, that makes no sense. You're going to talk about the Pixel 4a in July and then tell people it's not coming out 3 months later. That is an awful marketing move. Awful marketing move. I understand if like you want to announce it and then say like it'll be available for pre-order in at the end of the week, kind of like how Apple does it, and then they start shipping it out shortly after. Who's gonna watch this and be like, I can't wait 3 months down the road to buy this phone? Just doesn't make sense. Another leaker reports that the phone could have a different name, and this is actually why I was kind of thinking Pixel 5 Lite. A third tipster believes that the Pixel 4a is launching, quote, very soon. So there's no concrete evidence about anything. We don't know what the truth is. We have no idea. So I guess the best answer is the Pixel 4a is coming, but it might not be called a Pixel 4a, and it could come out as soon as next month or as late as October. Do with that what you will. So, where is the Pixel 4a? Google's mid-range smartphone was previously tipped to launch in May, then June, then July, and now reportedly it'll only release in October. According to leaker John Intel Processor, Google will launch the Pixel 4a on July 13, but will only bring it to market on October 22nd. Intel Processor attributes I need to stop saying Intel. I just thought it was funny the first time and now it just sounds dumb. Processor attributes the source of his information to some system listing, but doesn't quite specify where and how he came across it. So again, it seems Google has delayed Pixel 4a. This is a tweet, obviously, Announcement still happening on July 13, but in the system, it's listed that the quote black model, now launching October 22nd, barely blue, has been removed entirely. So a lot of this also is, I don't know, it's very weird. It also makes me realize that none of this is concrete. So there's no blue model anymore. And then the black is showing on October 22nd. I don't know. Just something seems fishy. Why would they have an announcement in July if everything is going to be launched in October? And I'm not saying October 1st either. This is like third week of October, like late coming into late October at this point. Did he take a screenshot from The Verge? Yeah. So, John processor Pixel 4a, I'm confused too, but here's what I know. Timelines got pushed due to market conditions, not due to supply chain. Units are ready to ship. Again, units are ready to ship. Announcement July 13, market launch just black August 6th, barely blue October 1st. Pixel 5 likely pushed back also. Oh, okay, well, I didn't know that part because then that kind of refutes what I was going to say here. According to the confusion, but I'll give you my ideas about it anyway. Adding to the confusion, tipster Ishan Agarwal suggests that there might not be a Pixel 4a at all. Instead, there might be 3 models in the Pixel 5 series. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of what I was trying to get at. The Pixel 4a being one of them. Agarwal clarifies that there is no solid evidence to back this information, but says that even if the rumored Pixel 4a launches, the name of the phone might be different. I received info this week that there might not be a Pixel 4a at all. There may just end up being 3 models in the Pixel 5 series. Again, that is what I was thinking. And maybe this is the better marketing move at this point, but we'll get into that. But I wasn't able to reveal this as there was no solid confirmation. Well, even if the Pixel 4a launches, the name may be changed. Okay, so that's just the same retweet. So which leak makes more sense? To be honest, processor's claim doesn't quite add up. Why would Google launch a phone in July? Yes, thank you. And release it 3 months later in October. Not only would this be detrimental to the sales of existing Pixel 3a stock, but there has never been such a big gap between the launch and market release of any Pixel phone. I also feel like it bears to note that the fact that the Pixel 3a is on sale now, right? It's been on sale for a bit now. Just makes me think something is coming, maybe. Or maybe just Google doesn't know what they're doing and they're just gonna release stuff whenever and price stuff whatever. But I think there has to be a reason that they've been dropping the price on the 3A lately. And then the fact that the Pixel 4 is now back to regular price, right? Am I not mistaken? Isn't the Pixel 4 back to $800, which nobody should buy the Pixel 4 at $800, by the way, just FYI. So some would argue that Google did the same with the launch of the Stadia. The game streaming service was first announced in March of 2019, but it only went live in November that year. However, that's not really an apples to apples comparison, and there's no evidence to support that the Pixel line will adopt a similar strategy. Still, if by some long shot Google decides to launch the Pixel 4a on July 13 with an October release date, it would definitely be quite a departure from what any smartphone maker is doing right now. Most brands aren't putting off new launches anymore, and they're certainly not holding back the release date of new phones by months. It's possible that Google has simply delayed the launch of the Pixel 4a to October, in which case Agarwal's unconfirmed information makes more sense. The coronavirus pandemic has undoubtedly taken a toll on smartphone sales, and maybe Google just wants to be cautious about not releasing a new phone in such adverse marketing conditions. Okay, so there's kind of a lot to kind of unravel here. I still think with all the rumors that have been put out, everyone talking about the 4A, the release of last year's 3A, you would think that they would at least try to time it around the same time as, when the 3A came out. For everyone to talk about it and then for them to delay it and then delay it again and then even just push it out to October, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. So here's where my thinking is maybe what they want to do now is they just want to completely um, kind of revamp and stop having an A series. Maybe what they want to do then is just offer a cheaper version of, I don't know, it sounds kind of weird to offer what a Pixel 5 Lite or whatever you want to call it. I just put Lite there because that's what people are calling their lower end phones. It's a stupid name, but whatever. Um, you know, it's just weird that if they would even call it a Pixel 5 something with Pixel 4 camera hardware, but maybe that's something they'll do if they price it cheap enough. That's where my thinking was, is maybe what they'll do is on October or whenever they decide to release the Pixel 5, they'll talk about the regular Pixel 5 and then they'll talk about their cheaper version, and then what their higher end, well, Pixel 5 XL, just a bigger screen. I'm hoping that they didn't make a more expensive version where they add something to the Pixel 5 XL that you can't get on the Pixel 5, because that would piss me off, and hopefully that's not the case. There are a lot of people who are waiting for this Pixel 4a, me included. I really wanted to test it out. I was so impatient that I ended up buying the Galaxy A71 because I wanted to see how a Snapdragon 730 chipset runs. And it runs pretty good. It does hiccup here and there, but it's not awful. It's actually pretty serviceable. Serviceable isn't the best word either. It's decent performing. It's just, that you're not running a high-end chipset when you're using it. That little leak by John Processor doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I would take that more with a grain of salt than, I don't know. I don't know. An October release date for the Pixel 4a. We've been waiting for this now for months. I just, what's going to happen is this OnePlus Z is going to come out in July and people are going to forget about this Pixel 4a. I mean, what if OnePlus surprises us? What if OnePlus surprises us and the OnePlus Z has a great camera? I really don't think it will, but what if it does? If it does, that would kind of be maybe not a nail in the coffin for the Pixel 4a, but a really big hit to them. I mean, the OnePlus 8 Pro has a decent camera now, right? Or at least so they say. I just, and not only that, but the OnePlus Z is apparently, it might be priced between 350 or $400, and it's going to have a Snapdragon 765G chipset, which is the same chipset that's going to be coming into the Pixel 5, and the Pixel 5 will probably be priced even higher. So there's a lot of factors at play here. I don't know how I feel about it, and I just want Google to do. I just want Google to be Google. And well, no, I can't say that because Google being Google isn't the best plan of action here.